Alright everyone, and hello. And welcome back to another Monster Hunter World Iceborne weapon demonstration. This time with the Insect Glaive, which, similar to the Hunting Horn, which got better song-related abilities, now has some rather amazing bug-related abilities. There's a couple new airborne attacks, which I don't use much against Tigrex because they're relatively dangerous. Descending Thrust is kind of a cool way to both do some damage and mark the monster, but I just didn't find much use for it in this hunt. Yes. Big thing, though. Anyone who is wishing the 4 Ultimate or Generations related Extendo bug buffs now has the ability to do so, this time by jamming the various slinger ammo you find. Any gathered ammo will give your bug the stamina buff, which extends the length of triple up. And any dropped or clutch clawed out pods from the monster, bomb, thorn, piercing, will give it the attack buff, which will make it attack a little bit more often. I think it hits harder and also drops dust more often. In either case, you will definitely be using your bug a lot more this time around. You can see I'm kind of in love with flinch-shotting this monster now. Insect Glaive, I feel, is like one of the few weapons that didn't really need any work. Its combo set was already relatively complete going into Monster Hunter World. So just giving it a couple new airborne moves so it can actually maybe do some damage when you're in the air, as well as improving your uptime with the bug, I feel like were really overall good decisions on Capcom's part. Okay, so I just powered up my bug. So I don't know if after the fact he will cause your triple up to last longer. At the very least, though, with this buff, you can see his stamina gauge has essentially doubled. So when you have a good opportunity to do so, you can either do the marking R2 hit or the marking shot. I just barely missed that one there. Something else to note, your bug can KO if you've got one of those impact bugs. Actually, kind of nice now. You'll also note the bug can grab 2 extracts, which normally doesn't really matter. What it does matter, though, is after your extracts have worn off, if you're lucky, you'll be able to grab 2 extracts at the same time. That's what I think is most useful for it, like if the bug incidentally hits both the head and then the arm. You know, going immediately to red and white is very helpful. One less thing to kind of manage. Tigrex is, of course... I'm not sure how I feel about this fight. The more I do it, the more I would feel really bad for anyone trying to do it time attack style. Certain weapons definitely have it much better than others. Weapons that can more reliably flinch lock them and keep them in place are kind of okay. Weapons that just have to rely on breaking and hopefully eventually flinching parts have it a little bit worse. Something to note, the claw attack for... well, whatever. Clutch claw attack for Insect Glaive actually does a good amount of damage. So if you find that he is breathing while enraged, it's probably worth trying to do that. Of course, for me, like anytime I see the monster and it's panting and not enraged, I always try to go for a flinch shot if it's available, if I have the odds to do so. It's also really fun doing it when the monster, or at least when you have Bright Moss, because then their head glows for a little while. You can see the damage I do there. It's actually a pretty good combo. Now we're going to probably end up giving our bug the attack buff, so we'll be able to see that as well. So I think we're going to be seeing a lot more build diversity between attack bugs and speed bugs going into Iceborne. One, because I think almost every bug type will end up finding some sort of a minor speed buff anyways. But not only that, bugs that have low healing attribute, you can always double their stamina with the gathered pods. From what I've seen, when you do proc one of these little dust things, you're doing around 30 to 40 damage. Plus, the bug is doing about, 13 to 16 damage per hit anyways in the head. So it really does add up. And not only that, like I said, you can hear the KO impact going off on the monster over and over again. Hopefully we'll have enough stamina to finish this. Barely. There's our KO. Don't normally see that, do you? It's fairly rare, I think, for a lot of people to see KOs off bugs. So I don't know if it's just because the bug is attacking more often, or if they increase the KO value of the bug. I really don't know. All I know is that I never used to KO with bugs, and now it's like, it almost happens every time. Even in multiplayer, I'll see a KO go off with the bug. That's the jumping claw attack. The jumping descending thrust attack. And I'm going to go ahead and pull us into the training hall. And we're going to kind of go over that attack a little bit. Alright, so here's the training hall. You didn't know, you can now switch the training pole over to the monster wagon. I'm just going to show what a standard combo might look like first. So marking the monster. Triangle, triangle, circle, circle. Kind of a basic combo. Does about 500 damage. Doesn't take that long to come out. So, really a good amount of damage, 389. The monster ended up being marked. And the bug got plenty of hits off and plenty of extract. The only thing is, though, is like, I'm just normally kind of afraid to go into the air like that. The monster wagon makes it really easy to actually get all those hits off. So, you know, I don't know. You might only end up hitting 360. You're also not really targeting damage on anything. So, it's another thing to consider as well. Certainly very situational. If you've got a large monster with, you know, hit zones that align with what you're aiming for, it could be worthwhile. We'll have to wait and see what Iceborne has in store for us. So, that's it for now. I didn't really want to explain this on stream, but the only way for me to create this footage was to actually bury myself in an anthill. I'm actually not a person anymore. I'm the colony. And you're speaking through the human insect hybrid known as Shepherd. The hunter is now the bug. The bug communicates to the hunter through the staff. The hunter itself is now the thing that you control autonomously. I didn't want to tell you that, but it's true. Okay, so if you want to see more of this live, you can go to twitch.tv/SDShepherd. You're, of course, here on youtube.com/social dissonance. Please subscribe to YouTube. Follow me on Twitch. Hey, if you really like my stuff, subscribe on Twitch, too. It does help support me. You can tweet at me at SD_Shepherd. I'll be there. Plenty more content coming out. Still, I think, have to show off the bow, dual blades, lance. I'm going to get some marathon hunts off as well, just showing off weapons even more long form, going up against the Rathalos, Anjanath, Great Jagras. You like seeing a poor little guy get bullied. Till next time, though, this is Shepherd saying good luck and have a good hunt.